So hi guys. So before we start, can you guys introduce yourself and tell what you did during TEDx'22?
My name's Harsh Jain, and for TEDx I was in the digital team, so I designed all the digital stuff like the brochures, the all the graphics and everything. I did them and I helped wherever I could.
Did you do a good job? Did you do a good job?
I would like to believe so.
He did.
Okay.
Validation. Hi, I'm Shatirupa. Oh, I can.
Okay, that's why you. Oh. Okay.
Hi, I'm Shatirupa, and I was the master of this ceremony. And then the only good thing about it is I got recognized as the universe of.
Hi, I'm Prisha, and I was one of the co-organizers along with Aditya Pradhan for TEDxCHRIST'22.
Okay, so before we go into nice questions, one generic one being who were the speakers and how did you guys narrow it down to those speakers per se? Who wants to answer?
Please go ahead.
So Prisha did really amazing work calling all the speakers, whoever they were amazing. Pushkar Ganesh Vaidya was one of some astrobiologist. Then we had Bipin Kumar, who was the CFO, and Harsh Verma was really nice.
So, as Shaw said, the entire team coming to the process of selecting speakers. So, what we did is we told each team member, whether digital or creative or marketing sponsorship, all of them had to give us 4 to 5 names. We made a master Excel sheet. We reached out to, let's say, 3 per head, and whoever got back to us, we then narrowed it down from there upon, how can they relate to our theme, how we can add value to their portfolio as well. So, as we said, we had an astrobiologist, Mr. Pushkar Ganesh Vaidya. We had the first Indian to be adopted into the Shaolin temple in China, Mr. Harsh Verma. We have a researcher in India called Mr. Bipin Kumar. And so these were the offline speakers. We have a lot more lined up for our online event, so check us out.
We also had Jibril Jose sir, our professor, who spoke along with them, and he was amazing.
Okay, individually, which was the one speech which motivated all of you? And which is the one speech which you might have dozed off in between?
I think so. The second part we can't answer.
Yeah, we can't.
Organizing.
We really can't.
And quite frankly, all 4 of them were so diverse. So I'm sorry, I'm cutting you in the middle. But our topic was transformation, right? And usually, whenever I say transformation, even right now, all of y'all have a certain image that from one thing or one place you go to another or to another thing. But this all talks that are even lined up are very, very different and showed us that transformation need not be very visible, need not be very dramatic, need not be very consistent, but it has to be ever present. So that's why I think so there is no such talk that we dozed off on. Harsh, continue.
Personally, I really enjoyed the second speaker that we had, Mr. Pushkar Vaidya. His talk was more on a universal level, how transformation takes place and how we are essentially older than we think because we're made up of stuff which is billions of years old.
Also, one fun fact. So, as he said, we had one talk that was on the universal level. Mr. Pushkar Vaidya was talking about how we're so old and the universe is so old and all of that. So that was at the biggest level you can get transformation at. And whereas we had Mr. Bipin Kumar who was talking about a bacteria that you have to have a very specific microscope to look at. So that was the range of our talk as well. So there was transformation within transformation.
So I think Harsh Verma's speech was amazing. He spoke about hardships and how to overcome them, because sometimes we all get very demotivated, even in the minor inconvenience, especially our generation, being at home and being having help at our beck and call. It's really very, it's very easy for us to have a meltdown at the smallest of inconvenience. So he really told us how we should face all these hardships, how he faced his hardships and everything. And I personally feel his was most motivating for me. I got called in Universe too in the second speech, so that's nice also. But yeah, Harsh Verma was amazing.
So the story behind her being called a universe is actually Mr. Pushkar Vaidya was giving an example that if this is one universe and she's the other universe.
I think it would have been better if you just kept it to the fact that I was called in universe by someone. Thank you, Prisha, for spoiling it for me.
Well, that was quite insightful. So before we go ahead, I'll be asking like questions and you have to answer very quickly. Any one of you can do it, and we'll wait for the thing to pass. Okay, can you start? Okay, so my first one is the one time you felt that just leave it.
Every time, every day, every moment.
Prashant, take a story.
When the printouts came out wrong.
Everybody knows the ever-present pandemic, and so the first edition of TEDxCHRIST'22 when we were second years was supposed to happen offline, and then it happened online. Funny story, this was supposed to happen online and then we had it offline. So see, the first shift is easier because you have everything and then you don't need everything. Here you don't have anything, including, a lot of resources, a lot of willingness from the speakers itself. So at a point, I think so, 2 weeks before the arrival of the speakers, I was like, just let it go. I cannot do this anymore. I cannot force my team, because we were at a point where we might have to cancel if one speaker comes and the other two don't come. What is it? And we didn't want to demotivate our internal speakers as well, like Mr. Jibril. He's put in so much hard work, and let's say if the speakers did not show up. So at that point, yes, it was very, very demotivating as a team also, but that's the advantage of having a lovely team. People like Harsh or Aditya, co-organizer, they're like, listen, we signed up for it, we have to do it, and not because we have to do it, we like to do it. So that's why.
So Prisha, like seeing Prisha and everyone, her team work, so I've like, people give so much interest in coffee with Karan, but they should like see pressure with Prisha. It's on a different level. I mean, what do I say? I'm sorry, pressure with Prisha is so much superior than coffee with Karan. I'm giving it to you.
Okay, sorry. I have like one point where I had to hand out all the flow of events, and we had a speaker named Vipin Kumar. I wrote his name as Bhupan Kumar in the flow because I was so tired while making the flow.
I'm sorry.
And I asked people to cross check it, but there was someone who did not do it. So it
Was
came
it
out.
Prisha?
No, it was someone else. I think it was Ruhi or someone, most probably.
You should have not named her. No, what are you doing?
Just bleep it out.
Part of the family.
I think it was somebody, and they didn't tell me it's Bhupan Kumar. So all the teachers they thought there's somebody named Bhupan Kumar coming.
Yeah, I'm like, who added a new speaker? When did this happen?
Pressure with Prisha season 2.
Talking about a lot of team members. So I've heard like you guys had team members who came up with like beautiful excuses. So what was one of the most unique out of the box excuse you guys heard, and one of the most dumbest one? Like one thing you were like, dude, what do you think? Like, am I so dumb that I don't know? Come on.
Unique one. There's always CIA.
Even CI is fine, understandable, because like everybody has a different schedule, right?
Yeah.
But the dumbest one was, I think so, one teammate. So in the morning, they told me, I'm not going to take names, they told me that, hey, listen, I'm really down with fever and this and that. And as you know, this past week, we've had a lot of events in college. Literally 3 hours later, I saw them dancing there, and I'm like, what is this cure for fever? You couldn't come to my work.
No. This is all fun and games, okay? Like they dance and all. But the weirdest part was they give excuse about a committee calling them for a meeting, and that committee was headed by me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, really? And they're like, no, this is a really important meeting. I can't miss. The head is really strict. I'm like, me? When did I do it? And like, yeah, good. Yeah, weird. It's fine. Whatever you call it.
Okay, what's the most prideful moment you guys experienced like while organizing TEDx?
So, if y'all have seen any TED talk, you have the letters, right? Like if TEDxCHRIST'22 right? So when we put up those letters, it all became really real. And usually that's the point where all the organizers really start to get really nervous. But for me, Adi, Harsh, Sadiksha, Erica, the entire team, it was like, we've made it. There's no going back now. And that moment, we have a photo also. It's very, very random, but that photo and that entire moment moment was when we're like, finally, we are, on the peak and we're over it. So that was a very pride-filled moment for us.
When Harsh Verma shook hands with me, I think that was a really prideful moment for me. For obvious reasons.
I think for me it was when our hard work was recognized by not just the speakers but the faculty as well.
Last few questions. One is like, one time you guys just like laughed so much that they were like you were crying while organizing TEDx. Okay, and it might not be because of Short Rupa, please.
How? Why do you wait? I have a follow-up question. Why do you even think that every laughing thing is because of Shatrupa?
I think so. The funniest moment was when 3 days or 2 days before the event, the entire team was sitting down and we were so tired. Like I could feel my heart throbbing throughout my body because we walked and ran so much, the entire team. And then somebody just said something and then we thought we made a mistake, and it was not a mistake. It was just a guy or girl mispronouncing it. And the entire team was just laughing and we just realized it's not actually funny. Like if I tell you the thing now, you'll be like, Prisha, are you okay? Do you need medical attention? But yeah, we were just laughing and like 3-4 teachers passed by us and he just looked at us like, are y'all okay? Do y'all need help? Yeah, but that was the most.
In this season of Pressure with Prisha, we try to realize that Prisha is funny.
I'm back, bringing you stories you've never.
So we'll just move forward and we'll do Pressure with Prisha some other day. And, okay, so like, do you did one time or one way college supported you guys like TEDx? Because from what I know that it was not a faculty-led thing. So like, was like the one time when like you went to college and it helped you?
In every logistical thing. Like, see, I know people think that Lavasa is small, so transport, accommodation, food is not a big deal. But see, from here to, let's say, even Lakeside is a 5-minute walk. Now, you and I can walk because we're not guests to a college, right? I cannot tell my guests to walk. Getting accommodation, getting travel from the college is usually a big deal, but then I see how supportive, for any event as a matter of fact, how supportive college is. Like, you don't even have to ask. You just go and tell them that this is the event. Father, or at least the management will tell you that here, you can take accommodation, you can take travel, transport from here, around, and all of that. And they're really prideful about that also. Like, they encourage you to take the guests on tours and they support you in those ways also. So logistically, anything we've asked, they say na jo manga diya ye college ne, in logistics.
I know you're leaving very soon, but like, what's I was like talking to Prisha, but yeah, like the one thing which you want the next TEDx to have, and the one thing for you, Shatrupa, is like next year, one thing you like want to like see TEDx as, like, as you'll be like most probably part of it. So like, what will next year TEDx be like? So like, first you, what you want, and then you, what you will do.
So can I give you a quick backstory to why Adi and I and Saeem and Ajinkya did TEDx? Is because, so our seniors, MA economics students, alumni now, Jay was the license holder for TEDx, and he's the one who got us together. Like, we all became friends. We became like this big ass family for TEDx because of TEDx, and that's why we continued the tradition, the legacy, right? So what I would look forward to, what I want them to look forward to in the next TEDx is that don't lose your sense of joy and fun in the event. No matter how stressful things got, I don't think so for a minute we were serious when need be, but we didn't lose that, that fun factor, that factor that makes things worthwhile. Like, I'm pretty sure when y'all are also recording here, y'all have fun with it, right? So I just want the fun element to be there. Speakers will come, speakers will go, but TEDxCHRIST'22 will be there.
So the thing is, I always wanted to be a part of TED. Like, the first year they started was only limited to one. It was new, okay, so they just started out. Then they started out taking like people from from the whole other departments and everything. I forgot to fill the form, and that's like one of the most regretful thing I've ever did. My first thing was being born. Yeah, so after
not say that on camera.
I'm sorry. It's like, so yeah, so that was like one of the most regretful decision I took by not filling the form. So of course, TEDx won't be same without Saim, Ajinkya, Adi, and like Prisha. There's like the home name for TEDx, okay? But like these people, the juniors, okay? So we would like to watch them work because the sincerity with which they're working for TED, the way I saw them work, it was really commendable. And I really want to see them work now because I've seen Prisha, Adi, and Saim and Ajinkya work like they forgot what sleep was. Prisha got like minimum 1.5 hours of sleep because of these work and everything. It's a lie. And I'm just being nice. But like Harsh and all, Harsh, Erika, Sudeksha, I want to see them work because they really deserve to be. They so it's like there's this, as Prisha said, TEDx speakers may come, speakers may go, but TEDxLavasa will stay. So it's like her dil mein, her like Goa mein thalasa hai, her dil mein TEDxCHRIST'22 hai.
Is it an added pressure, like what Shotrupa said, or is it like an uncovered opportunity, like for juniors specific?
I would. No.
कुछ नहीं है Trinity में पर.
It's genuinely an opportunity because right now for me, like I think you would know, I don't really participate in stuff. This is something that I thought I could do because this was in my interest area, but I got to learn other things too, like how to manage stuff like people management. I observed and I learned. So it was really an opportunity for me how to handle like maybe just, I didn't know a lot of faculty over here because I discovered them because of TEDxLavasa. Like in a way I built contacts because of this. So this is really a good opportunity for juniors because like you, not just because it's fun, it's actually, it teaches you like a lot of stuff too. Like I learned in many ways how to deal with people. I know how to deal with certain type of people because of TED, because I saw how they manage certain type of people. So it's an added benefit for someone like me who is very upfront and very blunt about my feelings about other people.
Feelings or judgments is a question unanswered. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. It was like amazing. Thank you.